Hey everybody, this is Jennifer with Giddy Up Hallmark. Welcome to my channel. If you want to see part 2 of the Hallmark holiday Christmas reviews for 2025, then keep on watching. Alright guys, so this is part 2, and if you watched part 1, you know that I am trying to cram 4 videos, like 4 movies into one video to try to get these reviews out to you because I did not do a good job of that over the holiday season. I caught the flu twice, and this is my first time on YouTube trying to put out this type of content. I could not keep up because editing alone it takes a lot when you're doing it all yourself. So be patient with me. I'm super excited that I'm getting these videos recorded now because we had such a good Christmas season and holiday season with Hallmark. There were such good movies. There were wonderful shows that I want to talk about, like the 12 Dates Till Christmas that was fantastic. I would love to eventually talk about that, but for right now, I really want to get these reviews out for the movies. That way, if you're kind of wanting to watch but not sure, then you'll know what to do. So maybe hopefully my input matters a little bit. I will try to steer you in the direct direction. However, this is all my personal bias opinion, and just because I might give something a 2-star might mean that you give it a 5. So everybody's different. We like our own thing. That's my little disclaimer, and I'm sticking to it. So before I get started, definitely follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Giddy Up Hallmark. Please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and click that notification bell. That way you're notified each and every time that I do upload. Alright guys, I bet y'all do not know which movie I'm talking about today. So if you're ready, I'm ready. Giddy up. Okay, so number 1 is actually The Snow Must Go On, starring Heather Hemmings and Corey Cott. I was so surprised by this movie. Okay, so I can remember I watched a piece of it in the Westin Hotel in Kansas City. I was staying there for weekend 1 of the Hallmark experience, and I remember they had this movie on. I think it was premiering at the time, and I thought, this actually looks like it's okay. I got like really into it. So as soon as I came back home, I started watching the movies that I missed, and this was a really good one. So basically, Corey Cott plays a Broadway actor, which apparently he is in real life, and he is he's really funny in this. He is like trying to make it, on Broadway and in the acting world, and he's just struggling. So he's trying to, go through life, trying to find his way, and he ends up going back home to visit his sister and his niece, and the niece is auditioning for the school play, and he decides to help them out and direct, and he finds out that one of the students, her mom, is like this big time producer or something, and he really wants to catch the mom's attention. So of course he puts himself into the show. Even though it's a high school musical, he puts himself into it, and Heather Hemmings is the guidance counselor, kind of helping out, and their chemistry is really cute, and I felt like this movie was just really good. So I definitely recommend you seeing it at least once. I really do recommend it, and for that, I think I'm going to give that movie a 3.5 stars. Well done, Hallmark. The Snow Must Go On. Bangs and cowboy hats do not go together. Alright, so the next movie was a personal favorite of mine, and it is The More the Merrier, which stars Rachel Boston and Brendan Penny, and I loved this movie so much. It was so cool seeing them as doctors. Like, I know Hallmark released a movie last year, I think it was called Christmas on Call, and it was like different like paramedics and doctors and things like that, and I really enjoyed it. And so I enjoyed this movie a lot, and this one also had some cameos. In fact, I need to make a cameos part 2. I just remembered that. I just felt like the storyline was beautiful. It made me tear up at the end. I laughed, I cried, it was everything. And you know what? I'm giving it 5. So we're going to go with the 5-star for The More the Merrier, because I really felt like it was just different and I really, really enjoyed it. So The More the Merrier, Rachel Boston, Brendan Penny, 5 stars. Woo woo. All right, so the next one is An Alpine Holiday. And I thought this was cool because it starred Ashley Williams and Lacey J. Malley. And I thought it was really cool because Hallmark started this with like the 3 wise men, the groomsmen. They put like 3 of their top leading men together, and putting Ashley and Lacey J in a movie I thought was really cool because those are, pretty big actors as well. And so, and then the gentleman who was the love interest was Julian Samani. I'm not sure if I said that correct, but I felt like this was a good movie. It didn't keep my attention, but it could have been the mood that I was in whenever I watched it. And so I am giving this movie a 2-star rating. I felt like it was just kind of just another movie, but yet I hate to do that to Hallmark because I love Hallmark. I love the actors. They all work so hard, and all of the behind the scenes people work so hard. They do such a good job. But yeah, I'm gonna give it a 2-star. You should definitely check it out because it does have some leading ladies that are fabulous in it. So, An Alpine Holiday. Okay, and then the last but definitely not the least, young ladies and young men, if you don't already know, it's A Grand Ole Opry Christmas, starring Nikki DeLoach and Christopher Polaha. This movie, ever since I wrote it down, like I'm keeping a list of all the movies like right in front of me and all of the ratings, just so I don't get like mixed up on something. But ever since I put that paper in front of me, all I can hear in my head is leave the trees on the line for me. I don't even know the words, but like that song, da, 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 da. That song has been in my head. So A Grand Ole Opry Christmas, wow, was really cool for more reasons than one. I grew up in Nashville, Tennessee. I spent a lot of time there. I spent some of my adult life there and had to drive in the traffic. I got to go to the Ryman Auditorium several times while there. I have an uncle in the music business who lives there and is now like a studio musician, but he's played with some very big top people. He's been to, the Opry, and I remember the Opry, actually they had like Opryland and the Opryland Hotel, and of course the Opry. Just seeing all of that was really, really cool. And had my mom and I known that they were going to be in Nashville, the Stars, we so would have went over there for that because she grew up in Nashville. Getting to see the actors portray these characters, they did such a good job. So I'm going to try to put it together really fast for you. So basically, Nikki DeLoach's character, she lost her dad and she works as a waitress, and Christopher is like her neighbor. They're kind of, like friends, maybe a little bit more. And she goes on to take like a tour at the Ryman because they want her to be recognized because her father was a part of this, pretty big group. And but they left. He left the group in the 90s to, take care of his family, which was pretty cool. And so she sits down for like a split second on the pew in the Opry, and she flashes back to like 1995, I believe. And it's just really cool. So it's kind of one of those time travel movies as well, but this one really had a lot of heart. And because I feel very connected to Nikki DeLoach because she and I have similar experiences about our father's passing, and so I just feel connected to her anyways. And when you could just tell all the tears that she showed in that movie were real, and getting to see her father again, like just watching that whole whole movie. It was such a good movie, and it took me back to the 90s when I lived in Nashville. So well done, Hallmark. You did such a fabulous job. I am giving this thing a 5-star, like 5-star rating, hands down. And that was a Grand Ole Opry Christmas. Definitely, you cannot go on living life without seeing this movie. So 5 stars, guys. Good job. Alright guys, so that is it for today's video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you agree with me, let me know. If you don't agree with me, let me know, because as always, I want to know what you're thinking. So thank you so much for watching. Happy New Year. I'll see you all in the next one. Giddy up. Giddy up. Well, this is like perfect. Giddy up.